It appears that former President Donald Trump's penchant for bragging just got used against him. On Thursday, lawyers for E. Jean Carroll showed jurors video of Trump talking about his vast fortune, his huge amount of wealth, very, very big, in an effort, of course, to show these jurors that it's going to require massive punitive damages to get Donald Trump to stop slandering E. Jean Carroll. So now she's suing him over defamation, for defamation over the way that he denied sexually assaulting her when he was president. He sexually abused her. It's already been determined by the court. He is liable for that. And so every time he posts something about her that is not true, denying the assault, he opens himself up to another lawsuit. So, I mean, what's E. Jean Carroll supposed to do? Keep suing him every time he opens his mouth? Yeah. Now, honestly, I don't think she wants to spend the rest of her days litigating against Donald Trump over and over again every time he posts something to Truth Social, right? I mean, what kind of life is that? I don't know.
Truth, essential.
I wouldn't want to have to keep doing that. And so she just wants him to stop lying about what happened. That's it. Now, so far, the penalties that have been levied against Donald Trump have not been strong enough. I think it was $5 million was the last. Now, if you're a billionaire, as Donald Trump claims to be, then $5 million, it's a lot to me. Oh, things I could do with $5 million. Things I could do with $500,000. Things I could do with like $50. Okay. The greatest things, the best things, the most tremendous things. But for him, chump change, $5 million chump change. So the question that prosecutors are asking, and it's a fair question, is how much is it going to take to make him stop? How much are we going to have to penalize him before he shuts up? Well, again, here's the thing. In order to figure that out, you have to figure out how much he has. So the thing about Trump is that we don't necessarily know. It's not like he releases his tax returns. It's not like he's honest about his wealth whenever he's asked. No, he lies about it whenever it suits him in public. So now to get around that, Carroll's attorneys have decided to take a deposition video that he made under oath and use it against him. So this actually comes from, and I'm going to show you some video here. There's an unrelated case in New York that was filed by the Attorney General there, Letitia James. In that case, Trump countered accusations that he inflated his assets and lied to the banks by asserting that he was very, very rich. Okay? So I want to show you, again, some of this video of him talking about how he's worth many billions of dollars, how he has just this, very, very huge brand, empire, etc. Take a look.
And, we have great properties. We have the Mona Lisas of properties. We have properties that make money, but you can sell them for many, many times because of the quality of the property, like a Turnberry in Scotland. I have some of the greatest pieces of property in the world. I have great assets, but if I ever sold them, if I ever put some of these things up for sale, I'd get numbers that were staggering. When I bought Mar-a-Lago, I paid $8 million for it. And today, I think we're going to be bringing in people that will tell you it's worth $1.25 billion, $1.5 billion. I mean, I became president because of the brand. Okay? I became president. I think it's the hottest brand in the world. My biggest expense is probably legal fees. But fortunately, that's okay. But we have a lot of cash, we have great assets, and we have a very valuable company. I believe the brand is worth more than all of the properties put together. If I wanted to show you a good statement, I would have added maybe $10 billion or something for the brand. I didn't put the brand in there. I actually had an appraisal of $2.9 billion. That was a long time ago.
So, yeah, here he is talking about, again, look at the brand. I've got all these properties that are worth billions of dollars. I myself, the brand that I have, valued at $2.93 billion. It's probably 10 now. Oh, okay. So now this was, again, under oath, meaning that he theoretically is telling the truth. I mean, well, he wouldn't lie under oath now, would he? Oh, I mean, even though, for example, when he was talking about Mar-a-Lago being worth like, 1 billion, 250, 1.5 billion. Actually, Palm Beach property appraisers had actually valued Mar-a-Lago between 18 and $28 million, not $1.5 billion. That's a huge difference. All right. But once again, I really do think that we should all assume that Donald Trump is not perjuring himself, and that he really is worth billions and billions of dollars. All part of that net worth, and the brand is just again 10 billion at least. Now he keeps saying it, so it must be true. Now that means that any penalty for defamation has to be steep enough to make an impact. I mean, if it's not, I say at least $1 billion, perhaps two. Well, then what kind of lesson is it going to teach? Is it going to actually dissuade him from doing more defamation, from going to Truth Social and lying about her? I mean, if you ultimately want to teach a lesson, you got to hit him where it hurts the most, in the pocketbook. In the chump change, $5 million. Anything like I said, anything less than $1 billion ain't gonna do nothing, right? But look, I gotta say though, using Trump's own words against him, simple, but could be absolutely extremely devastating. It's letting Trump essentially hoist himself on his own petard, which is great. Either he admits to lying about the New York AG about his wealth under oath, right, which is perjury, and by the way, also admitting that he's not as rich as he, claims to be, or he could risk losing Mar-a-Lago and much, much more.